morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. My name is Callie, and this is another weekend of clarinets, caps, and coffee. In today's video, I am giving you an articulation etude in 6/8 time from the Wiedmanns Staccato studies. And this is the 10th little etude in there. It's a lot of fun. It's packed full of fun little arpeggios and lots of challenging things, but it's not super long. So I really love it for a really quick etude to learn and just get into. Before we get into that, I would like to thank my patrons for supporting my channel. And as a thank you, if you haven't already heard, I have compiled an ebook of all of the etudes that I have put up on my channel over the years. And it's an index basically of all of the videos that I've done and the corresponding etudes. And it's only available to patrons who support my channel on Patreon. And you can go there, you can download it, and it has links to all of the videos. It has the page numbers to which etudes correspond to the videos, and they're categorized by articulation or embouchure or finger exercises or scales, things like that. So you can quickly go through and figure out which ones you might want to practice for the day to help you with whatever aspect of your playing. So I'm really excited to do that. And that's available immediately to all patrons who are at the $25 level or higher. And it's available to patrons at the $10 level or higher if they're a patron for at least 3 months. And for the $3 level or higher if they're patrons for at least a year. And so you can go check it out, and there are other perks to go along with it, but that's the thing I'm most excited about because it's why you guys are all here, and I'm very, very excited to share that with you. All right, so this etude, it's in the key of A minor. So that means you're going to have some F sharps and G sharps thrown in here and there, and it's all articulation. It's in 6/8 time, just like the theme has been over the past few weeks. And so, when you're counting in 6/8 time, you've got your dotted quarters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I like to play this with a little bit more zip and a little bit more speed. And I like to do these staccato. It is from a staccato study book after all. Though you can change the articulation as you see fit to whatever it is you feel like you need to work on in your own practicing. But some things to look out for in this. So one of the struggles with clarinet is making sure that all of the notes speak when we play. And the reason notes don't speak is because the reed isn't vibrating, right? And so what I want you guys to think about while you're practicing this is just making sure that you're playing with a lot of air. Take a deep breath and make sure you are whooshing your air through the entire length of your instrument. So just imagine making your air go at least as far as your bell and your instrument. And that alone should help kind of build up enough air support to keep everything whooshing through. So if you have your air going, you're breathing deep, and you're whooshing your air through. If you're having problems with notes speaking, and you're absolutely sure you're not holding back your air at all, the other thing that might be happening is you might be clamping with your jaw just a little bit too much. So sometimes when we tongue, we kind of do one of those things, right? It's really unnatural for humans to wave their tongues around and not move their jaw at the same time. I mean, that's how we talk, that's how we chew, that's how we eat food, right? So when you're practicing this, I want you to really think about what you're doing with your jaw and make sure that you're not moving your jaw up and down every time you tongue. And the biggest problem with notes not speaking is and air is not an issue, it's just the jaw kind of doing something that it's not supposed to do. So try to keep it stable whenever you are tonguing. Now let's say you've got enough air going and you're tonguing and your jaw is staying put. The last thing that could potentially cause the notes to not speak would be your tonguing just too hard and getting that really percussive, thuddy sound at the beginning of each note. And to go along with that, if you're tonguing like really hard, like really pressing in on the reed, your tongue could actually end up touching the roof of your mouth or the back of your teeth or I don't know, places that's not supposed to. So When you're doing this, practice it slow and make sure that the very front taste bud of your tongue is making contact with the reed, the very front tip of the top of the reed, and that you're not pressing so hard that the tongue just like squishes the reed into the tip of the mouthpiece, closing it off, right? So those are my 3 big tips for this with articulation, making sure notes are speaking and coming out nice and clear. Don't forget, I do have a Facebook group where you guys can practice these up. Any of the etudes on my channel, you can practice them, record yourself, and then post them on the Facebook group. You can get feedback from other members and just get experience, you know, playing for other people and, you know, getting a little bit nervous putting stuff up there. So it's a safe place for us to do that. Everybody's been very supportive so far. So I look forward to hearing many of you practice and put this up. And it's totally cool. If you want to play it slow, that's great. If you want to play it fast, that's great as well, okay? So have fun practicing this. I hope you guys have a good weekend, a good week next week, and as always, happy practicing.